The silver shortage has sparked a lot of controversy in the precious metals world. Some thinking it's a theory, assumption, even speculation. Well, I'm here not to assume or speculate, but to show cold hard evidence that silver is scarce. Numbers don't lie, but people do. Welcome to my daily 10 p.m. video. Let's get to it. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. I'm doing several giveaways over the next several months. The first one, the 46K giveaway, starts probably tomorrow. But that's not it. Every 1,000 subscribers until 50K is also going to be silver giveaways. 2 winners per giveaway, so your chances have doubled. You do not want to miss this. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you instantly get notified when that entry video gets posted. The following documents and articles we cover in this video will all be linked below for you to check out if need be. The first one is a 14-page document talking about the global silver supply trends. We have another article talking about how the U.S. Mint admits that there is a global silver shortage. We also have another article talking about what the U.S. Mint meant when they regarded this supply shortage. And also another article covering that not just the U.S. Mint is having a hard time finding physical silver, but also the Mexican Mint, Australia's Mint, and even Perth Mint. This isn't new news, but it is finally coming to light, and that's the most important thing. First and foremost, this is the meat and potatoes that this entire silver shortage thing needs to be covered from. The Silver Institute, which I call the Holy Grail of information, released a document a couple months ago showing demand versus supply. I say they're the Holy Grail because there's no one above them. When they release the numbers, that's what everyone else goes off of. This article shows a lot of what they uncovered, what they discovered, and also why this is so important. Let me give a little context. For the past 7 years, silver production globally has been getting cut back by hundreds of millions of ounces. There's a reason for this as well. Silver isn't profitable to miners. Silver is a byproduct. They find silver by accident. They're looking for gold, lead, or zinc, but if they find some silver, they'll take it. They're not looking for it, though. This is interesting news, especially regarding how much silver is going to be needed over the next several decades, from solar panels, 5G towers, electric vehicles, silver, lithium-ion batteries, so on and so forth. Even the medical world, there's colloidal silver. Silver is crucial for the world to go round, but it's getting harder to find. So they review the global silver supply trends. They go over a lot of different stuff from the production or the supply in 1900s, which was 175 million ounces. By 1940, it increased 60% to 275 million ounces, and just so on and so forth with those numbers. But over this 45-year period, global supply climbed over 250% to nearly 475 million ounces. So, we see a lot of things happening recently, but this has been going on for a while. The early 1990s saw a sharp pullback, with global mine supply declining approximately 45 million ounces to 420 million ounces by 1994. Supplies declined from primary silver mining operations as well as byproduct sources. Over this period, prices dropped by over 30% for copper, approximately 14% for gold, and nearly 20% for silver. So we can see this chart from 1900 to about 2011, when silver hit $50, hint, hint. So you can see right here, here's the Silver Purchase Act of 1934, where they sold, or all the banks claimed the silver to make the constitutional silver, junk silver, So right here is an important part. So Average annual silver price climbed from $4.30 per ounce in 1993 to over $35 an ounce in 2011, which is actually $50 an ounce. So prior to retreating to over $17 in 2016, and it was actually $21 in 2016, the July 2016 high, $21. I don't know why those numbers are off. Maybe they mean from a different perspective, but over this period, global silver mine supply almost doubled to nearly 850 million ounces. Growth in Chinese mine supply was a key driver as output from the country increased from under 34 million ounces in 1993 to over 120 million ounces in 2016. That's nearly 260% increase. So they're just going over a little bit of the history. So here's what I was talking about, how they're not looking for silver. There's no primary silver mines. It's a byproduct. In contrast to gold, the majority of silver mine supply has been and continues as a byproduct, with production and investment decisions generally driven by either gold, copper, lead, or zinc. What I always talk about. For some reason, when I say these things in a video, nobody believes me, or they think I'm just making this stuff up. But I've been covering articles on a daily basis for the last 6 years. When I say something, you can fact check me. I'm not making it up, right? So figure 2 displays the breakdowns of annual silver mine production between primary and byproduct operations since the late 1980s. And then as shown on average, 70% of annual silver mine supply results from byproduct by accident. So you can see right here, most of silver is found by accident. There is no primary silver mines, or very few, and it's actually getting harder to find silver. Some say that silver is actually more rare than gold. I think that's from byproduct, but who knows? It's hard to say when they're not looking for silver, but they're looking for gold. So anyways, they go over this graph of the key silver mine producing geographies. So North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Oceania, yada, yada, yada. Now, this graph is the key silver mine producing countries. So you have U.S. and Canada, Mexico and Peru, Chile, Australia, China, which I've talked about before without needing to show a graph in front of you. They produce the most, and they got hit hard from COVID, which extremely disrupted production. And not only that, when the world opened back up, there was also very few workers on site. They had to follow a lot of safety rules. But not only that, the borders, the boundaries, the supply disruptions trying to transport the silver all over the world, since a lot of borders were shut down. So anyways, here is the meat and potatoes. This is what I was talking about. So from 1994 to around 2015, silver production was increasing. Several hundred million ounces, right? Around 90 million ounces in 1994, all the way to almost 300 million ounces in 2015. But you can see there's a decrease of 18% since 2015, and nowadays it's 2021 and it's still going down. It was nearly 280 million ounces, and then by 2018, around 230 million, and it's only getting worse. Silver production as a result of byproduct operations has only declined marginally since 2015, and the decrease in byproduct production has driven from lower silver from primary gold mines. And I guess that's also what they mean. It's hard. They're not getting as much silver, or they're not finding as much silver from these gold mines. They're finding a lot of gold, but not much silver. So here's the byproduct silver mine production in millions of ounces. So you can see the blue is lead and zinc, the red is copper, the gold is gold, and the gray is other. Look at gold, lead, and copper, and zinc. Gold, lead, zinc, copper. A lot, but other, it's a smut. You can't even see it on the chart, on the graph. Over the recent years, both primary and silver byproduct mine production have been impacted by continued lower process ore grades, as well as by disruptions, what I was talking about. Fresnillo mine reported lower production over 6 million ounces, and they're probably the biggest mine. 2019 from the year prior, driven by lower ore grades as the Fresnillo mine and two others. These disruptions were from blockades, labor strikes, and social challenges to impede production. So it's not just from trying to find it, but it looks like people as well, right, have made this even harder. So you can see these concentration trends, yada, yada, yada. Fresnillo, like I said, is the biggest mine, which I didn't even have to see this chart to know that. Just saying that, I know what I'm talking about, guys, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I cover art. I go over probably 15, 20 different articles a day, and I'm not exaggerating. Go to metalsdaily.com/silver, and they post every single article that talks about silver across the internet. There's probably about 30 a day, 20, 30 a day. I go through every one of those articles, skim through them, and see the most important, relevant information on a daily basis, and I make videos out of them if necessary, if need be. Over 6 years, since 2015 when I started my channel, doing that daily for 5, 6 years, anyone is going to become very educated. So when I'm making my videos, you can fact check me on anything. I'm trying to show you guys that I'm trying to expose this stuff without just assuming or trying or for people to think that I'm just making numbers up or anything. No, when I say this stuff, I actually mean it. Now, it talks about, this next chart is a silver mine supply, the top 10 producers, the percent of industry total. So the top 10 producers, it doesn't say them right here, but we obviously know it's Mexico, Peru, Chile, Australia. United States is up there, but not much. I mean, so it showed some of them up here, the top 10 countries, and then you can see the top 10 mining companies as well. But anyways, that's just a part of it, right? But we also have people starting to come out and admit this. U.S. Mint admits a global silver shortage. So, for some reason, this is from silverdoctors.com. So they've been they're dramatizing this, by the way. So yeah, silver price is still 220% from its inflation adjusted all-time record high of $160, and they're going on to say U.S. Mint is hiking silver prices, will charge $67 for each 1 ounce uncirculated American Eagle coin starting Tuesday, October 13th. That was from 2020, so obviously that's not true, but it is starting to, the premiums are starting to rise, and the gap from spot price is getting bigger and bigger, and especially since the Type 2 Eagles come out any day now, the amount, and hold on, because I have a lot of thoughts that come in my mind when I make these videos. I go through one take videos. I don't cut and try to delete things and start. I don't do that. Everything is raw and real. The United States Mint admits there's a silver shortage. It's harder to find blanks to make these coins. And they're not talking about just from one place. All these mints are having a hard time finding silver blanks to make these coins. I just find it ironic that a month or two before they release the Type 2 Eagles, they admit that there is a silver shortage and that they're having a hard time and there's going to be lower mintage numbers. So now they have told us, they've subliminally told us that Type 2 Eagles are going to be on a very limited supply. And right now, I made a video covering this. I tried to find out what the mintage numbers are for the Type 2 Eagles, but they have not been released yet. But I do have a theory that the Type 2 Eagles are not going to be looked at as a bullion coin for now. You're going to see people buying them for the prices that they are, which isn't too crazy over spotter, and isn't too crazy compared to the Type 1 Eagles, we'll call them. But you're going to see people reselling them on eBay for probably twice the price. That happens with any coin, but U.S. Mint has never changed the American Eagle. This is an historic coin. This coin resembles a lot. This is a big deal, especially since they just admitted that there's a silver shortage months before. So anyways, they did clarify what they meant by this. Now, they obviously started a huge, and I mean a huge, outrage, controversy when they said that. So they tried to clarify the statement regarding it. They said it only pertains to the supply of silver blanks among mint suppliers. But silver blanks can be made from anywhere. They don't have the silver to make the silver blanks to send them, to even give them to the mint. And if you look at any of these previous charts, it's obvious. And there's even more proof that this is BS, because silver American Eagles are usually minted around 40 million per year. And this is another thing you can fact check me on. I just know it. So 40 million per year, 30 to 40 million. But recently, since 2019, the mintage numbers for American Eagles were only 13 million. That's half or a third of what they're normally minting. So if they can't even keep up with numbers a third of what they're used to, that shows a lot. That exposes a lot. Exposes a lot. Especially since the U.S. Mint ran out of American Eagles. When they're coming up with these mintage numbers, they're trying to guesstimate how many of these coins would be sold the following year. So that means in 2018 they were only thinking that 13 million would be sold. In these other years, they were guesstimating 30, 40 million. So they were thinking that demand would be much lower, and they were mistaken. That's why they had to make that million coin mintage at the end of the year from the San Francisco Mint that were sold at the end of 2020. So anyways, we have another article talking about how mints are running out of gold, not enough physical silver to cover paper. And this is talking about the SLV. If everyone turned in their contract, there wouldn't be enough. Every ounce of physical silver you own, 100 other people theoretically own that same coin, but they don't own it. Only you do. And that's why I say if you can't hold it, you don't own it. There is not enough physical silver to cover all the people that quote unquote own physical silver. A global shortage of physical gold and silver products has created a premium on coins and bars, right? And that's what I always tell people. If you don't believe there's a silver shortage, tell me why there's a $10 to $15 premium on American Eagles, which are a standard bullion coin. And this is disconnecting spot price between the true price that retail investors need to pay, right? Moy, who was the director of the U.S. Mint between 2006 and 2011, cites the inability of mints around the world to keep up with the physical coin and bar demand as a reason for this shortage. Not only the U.S. Mint, but other mints around the world, Australia, Perth Mint, Mexican Mint, have all run out of gold. They can't keep it in spot, and there's so many shortages, retailers are having problems accessing that gold. And you even see from Wall Street Silver, when they did the first silver raid, APMEX wouldn't even accept orders. It wasn't 2-week delays. It was they wouldn't even accept orders. Every company always wants to at least accept orders because they're making money. But they couldn't even accept orders because they didn't know if they had enough in stock. JM Bullion got so much traffic from so many people trying to buy silver that their site crashed. Provident Metals, Modern Coin Mart, all wouldn't accept orders. And the few that would accept orders, they were talking about like month-long delays. It's crazy. So if you go to any of the top retailers for gold bullion and take a look at what they're charging an ounce for American Eagles, gold bullion coins, even the spot price, which is $1,775, give or take, you're hard-pressed to find an ounce of gold for anything less than $2,000. And that's crazy because gold is usually sold very close to spot price. Silver usually has the higher premiums. So while it's artificially depressing, the price of gold now is that there's a lot of institutional investors that don't hold gold. What they hold is gold derivatives like futures, right? And that's why I say you need to buy the physical. And a lot of them are betting that the economy is going to recover and everything's going to be fine. Gold's going down. As those short contracts come up, what you're seeing is popping in price, right? Because the contract isn't really there. They don't have it. There's even a video to cover this if you want to watch it. The link is in the description. So hopefully you found this video helpful, educational, informational, at least entertaining. And if you did, make sure to like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. You do not want to miss the several giveaways that are going to be going on this channel over the next several months. My next video is going to be posted at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. My upload schedule is 10 a.m., 5 p.m., and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard every single day. So make sure you click the bell if you want to get your daily dose of in the world of precious metals, what's happening with silver prices, what's affecting them. I got y'all. On a daily basis, I skim through several articles. I'm always going to give you the most up-to-date news on a daily basis. So make sure you subscribe and click the bell. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.